Our next guest has been speaking out about systemic racism for a long time, and Ashley Callingbull, no stranger to the spotlight either. She's found success weaving her culture with her career. Born on the Enoch Cree Nation of Alberta, she's a former Miss Universe, now a professional model, and most recently featured in a new ad campaign for Nike as just one of 3 Indigenous women to represent the Nike 7 line, a collection inspired by Indigenous peoples. And Ashley joins us now. And hello, first of all, to you. And I have to tell you that, you know, one of the themes of our program today is people who have made outstanding contributions. And sometimes that's on the front lines, sometimes that's on a medical context. And in other cases, and I think in your case, it's showing people what's possible. I mean, what are your thoughts on having this opportunity, I guess, first of all, with Nike to represent them?
It's an amazing opportunity, and it's such a powerful message because it's all Indigenous faces for such a huge brand. And that's something that you rarely see, and that's something that we need is more Indigenous representation. So I'm extremely proud to be of something that is giving back to healing, giving back to Indigenous youth. So it's making a huge impact.
You know, the way in which Canada is confronting the issue of systemic racism, and I think particularly of anti-Black racism, that's something that as an Indigenous person, I mean, you have an empathy for. You have a deep understanding of that. But explain that for me. How does that change your perspective on things?
Indigenous peoples have been fighting for years, fighting for what's right, fighting for their rights, for our treaties, for our land. And basically, we have been dealing with systematic racism for a long time, so I completely empathize with the Black Lives Matter movement. We're going through the exact same thing. So I stand in solidarity with that movement, and I believe that, you know, the only way we're going to really move forward is if people acknowledge the true history of Canada, where we came from, and then they'll understand and educate themselves on why we're saying what we're saying and why we're doing what we're doing. That's the only way we can move forward.
Right, and so talk to me a little bit more about that. I mean, what is your hope for Canadians who are taking a moment to reflect on the way and maybe even the reason we celebrate Canada Day?
You know, I think it's really important for all Canadians to know the true history of Canada. You know, Indigenous peoples are the first peoples of this land, and how Canada came about, it's not necessarily a happy story. But I feel like all Canadians need to know the truth and need to know, you know, why we are the way we are. And if they are a proud Canadian, it's important for them to read the Truth and Reconciliation Report to see how they can make changes in their everyday lives to work together. It's important right now for non-Indigenous allies to use their voices to show up and use their power and privilege to help us, because as human beings, we're all equal. And the only way that Canada is going to thrive is if we unite and grow together.
Ashley Callingbull, thanks for taking the time to join us and sharing your thoughts. I appreciate that. All the best to you.
Thanks. You too. Have a great day.